Today I'm talking about 3 children's films, all featuring Robert Redford. And the names of those 3 movies are Pete's Dragon, Charlotte's Web, and Buttons. Well, first up is Pete's Dragon. This is a 2016 film that is a remake of a classic Disney animated film. I haven't seen the original, but I have seen this one before, and my opinion of this film really hasn't changed. The basic premise is there's this little boy in the wilderness named Pete who's living on his own, and he has this big green dragon for a best friend, Elliot. One day he gets found by regular people, and then there's a whole kerfluffle. And it's fine. It's nice. The main issue with the movie is that it's so slow and quiet. And I get it, like they're trying to just let you sit in the wonder of playing in the woods with your buddy. That's cute, but like, God, it's so slow. I definitely love the adult cast because, like I said, you got Robert Redford in this, Wes Bentley, Carl Urban, and Bryce Dallas Howard. And all of them are really fun. Bryce is the real standout of the film, honestly. She does a great job of loving nature. Like, you can see her just really in her element when she's in the woods. And then when she realizes the boy has like the same sort of heart that she does, you can feel the deep connection she immediately has for him. The empathy too is just pouring out of her for this kid. And it's beautiful. It's really well done. I'm not sure if Bryce was a mother by this point, but like you can feel like the motherly instincts coming from her in the best way possible. But then too, just like the way she not only fights for Pete, but also like the way that she talks to Pete. She literally gets down on his level and talks to him and like talks through the choices that she's making. And she makes sure that he understands what it is they're doing. And when he doesn't understand, meeting him in his place. She is just a great mother so perfectly. I love it. So yeah, there's a lot that I like about this movie. It definitely has wonder. It definitely has good heart. It has a good message. It's just kind of a little rough around the edges. And then, like I said, it's just really slow and quiet. Not that everything needs to be like a big giant action adventure type of thing, though there is some action adventure stuff in here. It's just trimming down some scenes, especially in the beginning, would have helped the film. It's already pretty short, so I understand why not, but like, it's a little rough. Do need to mention, there's a Lumineers song in here that they wrote just for this film that I love, Nobody Knows. I love that song so much. Since watching this movie, I've re-listened to it like a dozen times, so like, yeah, no. Movie's solid, song's great, would recommend if you want a cute little kids movie, just be prepared for it to be slow and quiet. So yeah, it's good. Next up is Charlotte's Web. This is a 2006 film, and the basic premise is this is based off of the iconic children's book of the same name, which, if you're unfamiliar, is about this pig named Wilbur who gets rescued by this little girl, and the pig ends up befriending the spider that everyone hates. But the main thing of the movie is Wilbur doesn't want to die. He knows that he is going to be slaughtered for Christmas dinner. They talk about it a lot. His whole goal is to just not get murdered. So he schemes with the spider to try to impress people into not wanting to eat him. I love the base story so much. It is a really good, really interesting story. I love that it's a children's story that doesn't shy away from death, especially so explicitly. And then I think I'm going to spoil, but I think it's okay to spoil it, is that the movie does end with death. It's not Wilbur's, it's Charlotte. She's a spider. They have short lifespans. It definitely, without a doubt, makes sense that she dies, and it's such a good lesson to learn about the different life cycles of animals, but then also just like how loved ones do pass away. Like, no matter how much you love and care for a person, people will die. I'd say in this context, I think Charlotte's more so represent like a grandparent type of person. I love that it does not pull its punches there. And Charlotte is voiced by Julia Roberts, and I think Julia was the perfect choice for Charlotte. She really captures that loving, caring energy. She nails the soft-spokenness that is perfect for the character and the situation. And you really feel the heart there too. All of the animals are voiced by celebrities. And you got Robert Redford as the horse, John Cleese is in this as a sheep, and so on. And like, I do like them, but I don't feel like we really needed a bunch of celebrity cameos. I don't think it really added to the story. Dakota Fanning is the little girl, and she's really good. We also got Steve Buscemi as the rat, who was great as the rat, but I was surprised with how how much he was focused. Like, he had some long segments of him just doing shenanigans, and I was expecting a little bit more from Dakota as well. She spent a lot of the story just not with Wilbur, and like, I don't remember the original storybook that well, so this could be faithful to it in terms of like their amount of time with center stage, but it did seem a little strange to me. The movie was good. It was decent. It definitely has room for improvement though. I do wonder if I would like the original animated film more, or if I go back and actually read the book. I would probably really love the book. The movie itself is decent. It's alright. It didn't blow me away, but there are a lot of really good elements within the film. Would I recommend it? Yeah. It's a nice little film that I think is worth a watch. And lastly is Buttons. This is a piece of shit. 2018 film starring Dick Van Dyke and Angela Lansbury and other people you'd know. On IMDb it's titled Buttons, a new musical film, but then also like the cover is just Buttons, a Christmas Tale. It is a Christmas movie and it is a musical. It's also terrible, which I was not surprised by when looking at this poster. This poster did not instill any sort of confidence in me whatsoever. And then the film started and yep, was exactly what I was expecting. What's the premise? I don't even know. What does IMDb say? Follow the heartwarming journey of two orphan girls whose only wish is to find a home for Christmas. With a little help from their guardian angels, Dick Van Dyke and Dame Angela Lansbury, they discover miracles can happen when you believe. Which they do say that last bit at the very beginning of the film in text in the sky, but it's also on screen at the same time as narration is happening and right after all the company logos. So like, you don't even realize that something important is on screen and they don't give you time to actually read it because your brain is focusing on the narration that's happening, which is like a very good way of describing what this movie is, which is trash, which is they don't know how to make a movie. There is constantly music happening in the background because A, they're trying to cover up a lot of the incredibly terrible performances that are happening. Not all of the actors, but a lot of them. But then also the terrible direction from the director. Like, there are shots that linger for such a long time that are not shots that need to be lingering. And then Angela Lansbury starts reading to one of the orphan girls, and it's just this shot reverse shot, but it's over a very long extended period of time. And like, it's a really awkward angle of the girl, like you're just like looking up her chin. And Angela's shot, I guess, is fine, but it's like, it's just these two shots for a 5-minute conversation. That's a long time of only seeing the same sort of thing. There was one point too where like the girl's shot was starting to drift and I was like, oh, what's about to happen? And then it cuts away from her and I realized, oh no, that was just the camera operator accidentally moving the camera. It wasn't an intentional movement. And like I said, this is a musical and I knew that going into it, but yet when the first person started singing, I was so taken aback. I was like, oh shit, what's happening? God, was it not good. And then he got the second song, which had some dancing in it. I get Dick Van Dyke is really old, so you can't go like super fast paced anymore, though he does do like one little section that's a little fast. But it's like they were going at slow-mo rehearsal pace and forgot to actually speed it up for the live take. It's so janky, and it's clear that they want to be like inspired by old-timey musicals and dance moves, but they're just not nailing it. I would easily compare this to like a high school production, definitely just like half-assing it, but yet somehow they got a lot of famous people to be in this movie. Also, I'm not sure if my TV is broken or if a lot of the dialogue just wasn't actually synced up with the lips. I'm not entirely sure there. So yeah, no, this movie is very bad. I don't recommend it. If you really, 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 really love Christmas movies, then maybe, sure, I guess, as background noise when you're in a different room and you can't actually hear the TV, yeah, then I think it'd be okay to have on. But to actually watch and enjoy, no. Just no. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Pete's Dragon sitting at number 113 in the like section. And then not too terribly far behind is Charlotte's Web sitting at number 116, again in the like section. And then bringing up the rear, rightfully so, is Buttons sitting at number 179 in the didn't like section. And this is out of a total of 183 old movies so far this year.